For over 35 years, the Cacciatore family has provided state-of-the-art auto collision repairs. V&J Auto Body is not only certified to repair all makes and models, V&J is one of the few auto body repair shops certified by Tesla to repair and recalibrate their own automobiles, as well as other electric and hybrid vehicles. Detailed repairs combined with award-winning concierge service makes V&J the only choice for your collision repair needs. V&J will pick up your automobile wherever on Long Island you are, provide you with a rental, and deliver your vehicle when the job is complete. Too good to be true? Visit VJAutobody.com. That's VJAutobody.com. Come over and meet the crew. VJ Auto Body's 2 state-of-the-art facilities are equipped with the latest technologies in auto repair. Let V&J communicate with your insurance company for you and deliver back to you a detailed, perfectly repaired vehicle. Contact V&J Auto Body by visiting VJAutobody.com or call 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. Well, welcome everyone again to the one and only Crash Course Radio with your humble host here, Peter Crouch. Welcome to Crash Course Radio, the one and only, the first and only, blazing the trails, leading the way. Welcome, welcome to all. If you're a frequent listener, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. If you're just stopping by today, you turn the dial and you're listening, or you had nothing to do and you landed here, well, welcome. Stick around. I guarantee you'll be scratching your head, saying to yourself, wow, I never thought of that. I never heard of that. I never considered that. All right, because that's what we're doing here, Crash Course Radio, exploding brains all across the lovely fruited plains of Long Island by making people go, wow, I never knew that. I never thought about that, right? And what are we talking about? We're talking about the mundane and the not so interesting. Collision, auto body, insurance, all right, all these things that we interact with on some level at some point in our lives, but I don't think we really consider or devote enough time to. All right, but here at Crash Course Radio, we are breaking all those barriers down for you. All right, and we are getting people involved, and that's a good thing because we get to speak to you fine folks out there every Tuesday afternoon, as we are going to do here this afternoon. We are live, by the way, so if you'd like to contribute anything to the show, speak about anything that we're speaking about, if you got some issues that are involving the topics that we touch on, insurance claims, auto body, collision work. Hey, if you've been recently in an accident or any kind of slip and fall and you're injured or you don't know much about that and you're considering putting in an injury claim, give us a call, right? We've been helping out a lot of folks here since we've been on the air. We've been on the air for about a year now, a little over a year, all right? And we will be on the air for another year. And as I said, we are the real voice of the Long Island auto body collision industry. All right, and we mean the privately owned and operated industry, and that's a very important distinction because there are quite a lot. All right, I was going to say quite a bit of auto body shops around. Right, I mean you can just look around. The proverbial joke is there's one in every corner down here, right downstate. However, okay, not all those shops are operating in the interest of you, okay, us, the public, all right, and listen, I don't mean that in a denigrating way, all right, it's, everybody has to do what they have to do, we understand that, the freedom to contract is one of the most sacred rights that our founders sought to respect, all right, and protect, and that's great, that's good, contract, right, you go to contract, two parties agree on something or some things. All right, and they go ahead and they and they execute. We just feel that those contracts in the auto body industry, as they exist today, form a de facto monopoly, right? And we've been talking about this since we've been on the air. All right, and that is, of course, the insurance-sponsored shop programs, or you might have heard of DRP, direct repair programs. All right, we feel that these are harmful to the consumer. All right, but they do benefit the insurance industry. All right, and I've spoken about that at length for many times. The insurance industry is a business. And like any other business, they always look to cut costs, like we say, when, where, and often. And good for them, right? Not so good for us. All right, and I don't even think it's that good for the body shops, really, that get involved with this type of arrangement. I don't know. I mean, those guys have to take a hard look at themselves, I think, and find out, where they're what their margins are. I don't know how well they do that. I know the few that I was involved with, we're operating on very tight margins, all right? And when we talk about margins in the business, that's business speak for basically how much money you got in your pocket when everything else is done, all right? And a margin can be applied across any kind of business metric, right? So when you're talking about margins in a business, more directly in the auto body industry, right? You're talking about your paint materials, your cost of labor, your cost of energy, all these different things. And they're not making widgets, right? They're not making anything, right? They're not providing, they're not curing cancer. They're providing a service. They're a service-based industry. But on what margin are you doing this, right? And it's that problem right there, folks. Okay, pure and simple, pure business, pure economics. It's that problem, the margin problem, right? How much money am I actually making, okay, for my employees, for the business? Well, I shouldn't say for my employees, but for the business, all right, after I pay my expenses, all right? And those, of course, are labor costs as well, all right? That margin is very, very narrow when you work within the guidelines and the parameters of these contracts with these direct repair programs, all right? And listen, narrow margins are good, right? If you operate in a charity or a nonprofit or, you're just in it because you own everything and you're just doing it as a hobby or something. But generally, businesses want to make those margins as wide as possible, all right? The wider the margins on your profits, all right, or whatever the driver is of making money in that business that you're in, right? The healthier financially the industry is, and of course, the more things you can do. You have more money to invest in the industry, in your industry. So in this case, the auto body business, right? You have more money left over to invest in what? In the shop. Grow the shop means you can expand the shop, means you can what? You can provide better service to the consumer, right? But when those margins are small, or they shrink, or you struggle, right? You struggle to even meet those margins, right? And you're breaking even and stuff like that. What does that do, right? Well, that has you do things that maybe aren't too good, okay? And in the auto body industry, unfortunately, has been a victim of that, all right? So we don't want to be involved with that, right? And that's why you listen to Crash Course Radio. That's why you've been listening to me. All right, and that's why here, what have we been saying for the longest time? What's our mantra? We're going to give you what? Knowledge and information you need and can use and advice you can trust. All right, we're also waking up everyone's conscience when it comes to these areas. I want to say I was listening Sunday, and there's a show on there called The Car Doctor. If you haven't checked them out, you should check them out. It's a great show. All right, and they were talking about the importance of maintenance, vehicle maintenance, and in this particular instance, they were talking about transmissions, and how, maintenance can be good and bad. But he struck a chord with me, the host, because he said something very provocative, right? He said, listen, at the end of the day, we all want to maintain our cars, right? Now, we're talking mechanically here. So at the end of the day, we all want to maintain our cars, right? For the most part. I mean, I guess there's some people that just drive around forever and roll the dice and don't do anything. But most of us are going to have to maintain our vehicles, especially if you're leasing them. You have a monthly schedule, that type of thing, there based on mileage and other stuff. Or if you own the car, then you darn well want to make sure you're maintaining it, right? I would think now you have an intrinsic value as well as financial. So he struck a chord with me, the host of The Car Doctor, right? And again, you should check this guy out. It was a very interesting show. It was all mechanically oriented, stuff like that. And he was talking about transmissions and maintenance and why it's very important to to maintain your vehicle and stay on a schedule, right, with a repairer. And what he said was, hey, because I guess he had a couple questions, and he said to everyone, listen, at the end of the day, is it a guarantee? No. You could maintain that car, get oil changes every 3,000 miles, grease everything, rotate the tires, get new plugs put in, the whole 9 yards, right, the whole gamut, whatever you got to do. Armor all, the interior, the whole thing. And your transmission could crap out 50,000 miles. Right? It could. Or it could last 100,000 miles. Right? Same with the engine. The engine might die at 10,000 or it might die at 150. The point that he was making, though, is with regard to maintenance, right? He said vehicle maintenance is one of those things where is it going to be more cost effective to do that than to not do it, right? And I thought it was, the way he put it was because somebody questioned him. We got about 60 seconds here. somebody questioned him about, I was maintaining my car and blah, 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 and the thing blew up anyway. And he said, yeah, you know what? Look, is it a guarantee? It's not a guarantee, folks, right? You can maintenance your car thoroughly and still have the thing fall apart. But the takeaway there was, is it more beneficial to you in the long run, right, than to just roll the dice and do nothing, right? And I thought about that, and I said, wow, you know what? And we can apply that here when we talk about auto body. All right, and when we come back on the next segment, all right, I'm going to transition this right into how what he said on the Car Doctor Sunday afternoon, we can directly attribute to what we're doing here at Crash Course Radio and the auto body industry. All right, so when you come back, we're going to continue this conversation, and I'm going to explain how both of these things dovetail and why we all need to be more involved in our cars on the collision side as well. All right, I'll be right back. All right, and we are back here at Crash Course Radio with your humble host, Peter Krausch, having more fun than should be legally allowed, exploding minds across the lovely fruited plains of Long Island. And, of course, we are doing what we do best, which is educating and informing you, the consumer. Fine folks out there that I get to speak to every Tuesday afternoon, live here at the wonderful studios of 103.9. And speaking of live, you can reach us here at 631-451-1039, 631-451-1039. Hey, folks, don't forget to, we're real excited about all the hard work that we've been doing here with trying to, increase our outreach. And that effort, of course, is being led by myself and my amazing social media manager, Anthony, who also doubles as my engineer here in the studio. Thank you very much, Anthony. And for that effort, we are now found on Facebook. We've been on Facebook, but please take a look at the Facebook. It's a new energized Facebook page. YouTube has been finally launched. Spotify, all right, Anchor. All right, so we're moving into all these other areas here, and the web page. All right, be patient with us on the web page. I promise you, it's going to be amazing. All right, it's currently under reconstruction, and it's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be much more interactive. We're going to have a much easier way to locate the things that you need, and there's going to be some really cool interactive tools on there. There's going to be a call to action button, in which case you're going to be able to send up photos to me. All right, and we'll be able to evaluate those photos. If you have damages on your car and you want me to, kind of take a look and see if you should be making an insurance claim or just trying to get a cash price. So that's that type of stuff there. We're kind of like really leaping into the 21st century on that end. Hey, Google. I'm following on Google, the official Google, right? I mean, I finally climbed into Google. What do I mean by that? Well, now you're going to be able to go to Google and give us a review. So please, if you've been listening to the show and you've been following us, thank you very much. Continue to spread the word. All right. And now you can go to Google, all right, and give us a review. Please do. All right. If you're a fan of the show and you like the show and you've had quite a bit taken away from it and learned a lot, or maybe perhaps we helped you. All right. There's quite a few folks out there that we've helped, and we continue to do so. Right, and I've explained that, I think, a couple weeks ago about how we've helped on a whole host of different things, all right, both on insurance and auto body, okay, and those range anywhere from, helping them find a shop to, liability issues, filing claims, the whole gamut, folks, all right? And, of course, you can reach me personally, 631-452-2569, all right? And what am I talking about? Collision Services Network. CollisionServiceNetwork.com is where you need to be. Okay, with what you need, all right, is an auto body shop. All right, that's the main emphasis. Okay, and we talk about that all the time here. All right, if you need an auto body shop, a collision facility that's going to work for you, that's going to look out for your interests and not the interests of the insurance companies, that's going to negotiate effectively and professionally, all right, to assure a what's called an agreed price. All right, that's going to return your car to a pre-loss condition, or as some insurance companies now like to refer to it as, a quality repair. Then you need to go to CollisionServiceNetwork.com. All right, CollisionServiceNetwork.com is the one and only company that's blazing the path for the consumer. You. All right, we've been doing that for about 3 years now. We continue to grow. All right. In fact, our newest client that we added was Northern Boulevard Collision in Great Neck. All right, Paul and his crew. And as I said, if you're in that neck of the woods, please give those folks a call over there. They have a bunch of ex-insurance professionals in the front office, and a bunch of very highly trained technicians that are utilizing some state-of-the-art equipment in the facility as well, right? So Paul and Northern Boulevard Collision in Great Neck, dial those folks up if you're in that neck of the woods. And collisionservicenetwork.com, all right, is here for you, all right? And we also are doing important work here by promoting and supporting the privately owned and operated auto body industry across Long Island, okay? And soon to be all of downstate New York. All right, and I've explained what we mean by that, all right? I started the show off by explaining why that there is a significant difference in what we mean by that. Privately owned and operated. Some people might be scratching their head going, well, aren't they all privately owned? Nope, not anymore. I mean, there's actually corporations. There's also equity companies that are investing in these in body shops. They're incorporating them, and there's various different industries out there that are consolidating them. We're not gonna give them any free advertising here by mentioning them. All right, so that's not what it is at all. Okay, so what collisionservicenetwork.com has been doing is we've been promoting and supporting the privately owned, the independently owned and operated auto body guys. All right, these are the guys that they're either family-owned businesses, all right, that have been in existence for decades, all right, and or they could be, most of them are incorporated, all right, but these are body shops that choose to remain in the free enterprise system. All right. What do I mean by that is, well, they don't want to have any contracts with insurance companies. They don't want to be controlled by any big investment conglomerates, all right, or any consolidators, all right, so that they lose their identity. All right. But most importantly, folks, you know what they lose? They lose the ability to represent your interests, fix the car the way you want it fixed. All right. That's a big difference. And I've talked about this on the show since the inception of Crash Course Radio. All right, there was a big difference there. All right, and I want to dovetail this now into what I ended the last segment with when we were talking about the car doctor on Sunday and what he was saying about the importance of having regularly scheduled maintenance on your car. No, it's not a guarantee, right? Something can still happen, right? But you still need to take care of it. And what he said about that is, in that vein, that's why it's so important to have a relationship with a repairer, right? And I've done this before. I've done the old... I've done a kickoff of the old man on the street with Jay Leno years ago, right? Where I've said, if I get out there and I'm walking the sidewalk and I run up and I grab somebody and say, excuse me, your car just got in an accident and you're going to need some collision work. You know where to go. Most people are going to look at me and with their mouth open, scratching their head. Some of them are going to laugh. Maybe 2 people will say, hey, I got a guy. But if we run up and we say, hey, listen, your brakes are horrendous. You need brakes. You really do. Your car inspection's up. Car's running really bad. You might need a tune-up or, you might need an O2 sensor. Bam. Like that. People like, I'm going to go to Tony's. I'm going to go to this guy. I'm going to go to that guy. Everybody's got a guy when it comes to mechanical repair. And why? Because mechanical is a as-need basis. Okay? What do I mean by that? I'll explain this. Mechanical repairs are need to. We all are going to need to be there sooner or later. You can't avoid that. All right? Well, I guess you can. I mean, my wife's got a girlfriend that's been driving a car for 10 years, I'm told, and she's never done anything. No oil change or anything. I don't know how this thing. I mean, if you drove in it, you'd understand. I mean, it literally sounds like it's going to fall apart on the highway. But anyway, most of us are more prudent than that. All right, and we're gonna want to take our car in for regular maintenance. Auto body, though, what? It's a problem, right? Auto body is a as need. It's not need to. It's an as needed. And that's because we're not all going around, thank God, having accidents every week. All right, so to bring this all full circle, that's why it's very important that you develop a relationship, all right, or you at least have some kind of concept about where you want to be when and if that need arises. Now, according to the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, all of us are going to need that at least once every 10 years. Just a fact, folks. I've talked about that at length on one segment. All right, and unfortunately, that event is going to occur within 25 miles of our home. All right, so in that light, what we're doing here on Crash Course Radio is, we're informing you and educating you, all right, and also giving you a place, a resource, collisionservicesnetwork.com, where you can go and you can find an amazing auto body shop, collision facility that's going to fix your car the way you want it, all right, and they're going to represent your interest. And a lot of our shops, a lot of our client network partners, all right, a lot of them have OE certifications. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the next segment and why that's so important and how that affects you, the consumer. All right, because a lot of you are probably saying, hey, Pete, you know what? That's great. You know, these guys need that so they can do different things and make more money. Well, not exactly, though. Okay? And OE certifications have a direct impact on you, the consumer. All right, so when we come back, we're going to talk a little more about that and continue our conversation with the why it's so important we don't end up at a direct repair shop. Right? And on that light, I'll see you in a little bit. For over 35 years, the Cacciatore family has provided state-of-the-art auto collision repairs. V&J Auto Body is not only certified to repair all makes and models, V&J is one of the few auto body repair shops certified by Tesla to repair and recalibrate their automobiles, as well as other electric and hybrid vehicles. Detailed repairs combined with award-winning concierge service makes V&J the only choice for your collision repair needs. V&J will pick up your automobile wherever on Long Island you are, provide you with a rental, and deliver your vehicle when the job is complete. Too good to be true? Visit VJAutobody.com. That's VJAutobody.com. Come over and meet the crew. VJ Auto Body's 2 state-of-the-art facilities are equipped with the latest technologies in auto repair. Let V&J communicate with your insurance company for you and deliver back to you a detailed, perfectly repaired vehicle. Contact V&J Auto Body by visiting VJAutobody.com or call 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. And welcome back, everyone, to the one and only Crash Course Radio. I am your host, Peter Krausch, every Tuesday afternoon here live, of course, at the wonderful studios of 103.9. And you can reach us in the studio right now at 631-451-1039, 631-451-1039. If you want to participate and contribute to the show or let me know about anything that's on your mind, hey, you're going to do the rundown right here. Ready? CollisionServiceNetwork.com. CollisionServiceNetwork.com is the parent company. All right, that's what I like to say. All right, Crash Course Radio is the voice of CollisionServiceNetwork.com. And why is that? Well, because we get to speak directly to the folks out there. Well, I do. It's not. There's no we in here. It's just little old me. We get to speak to you folks out there every Tuesday afternoon, all right? And we get to lead the way. We've been doing it for a little over a year now. Nobody's ever done this before. We are very proud, very psyched, all right, to be blazing a new trail here for the Long Island privately owned and operated, independently owned, all right, auto body industry, all right? And, of course, educating and informing the consumer. That's you folks out there. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of a rundown here, right? Something we started a couple months ago. It's also sometimes we refer to it as spotlighting, all right? But, folks, CollisionServiceNetwork.com, I can't stress it enough, all right? You need to educate yourself about these things. These vehicles are just way too technical today, all right? Even the older vehicles have technology platforms on them that, you know, might appear to be random and just ordinary today, right? Because of all this advanced stuff that comes out. But they in themselves have a lot of issues that you need to consider. Right? And what I mean by that is you can't just it's no more just throwing a dart at the wall. Hey, geez, I got in an accident. Where are we going to go? I don't know. Call Uncle Louie, see if he knows anybody in the neighborhood that's, you know, banging on metal. It's not going to work anymore. All right, sounds funny, but you know, in all seriousness, no, there are so many different things that compound the issue of repairing a car today. All right, when it comes to auto body. All right, hey, mechanical they have their own set of circumstances as well, to be sure. But, you know, here we focus on the collision, all right, because why? Well, because collision is, as I said earlier, it's a as need, right? It's not a need to, right? And for that reason, I think as you know, consumers, you know, folks, all of us, myself included, you know, we may not actually think enough about these things. As well as our insurance. All right? I talked about the personal auto insurance policy, or even your homeowners for that matter. All right, when was the last time that any of us even took a look at that, right? You might have added something onto your house or increased the value of your home indirectly without even knowing it. And then, God forbid, something happens and the insurance company says, and we're only handing you a check for this amount of money. Now you're in trouble, right? Now it's too late. So we're trying to give you guys the information and knowledge you need and can use, all right, and the advice you could trust so you can make good decisions, the right decisions, when and if you need that kind of service, all right? So, hey, in that vein, go to collisionservicenetwork.com. Why? Because we have the amazing network of auto body, well, I'm going to just say an amazing network of client businesses on there, all right? And they are involved with the collision services industry. All right, what do we mean by that? Well, there are other industries that touch the collision industry, all right, such as personal injury lawyers and insurance brokers, independent brokers. All right, these are folks that can shop insurance. They can go across state lines, find you the greatest deal, get you the best coverage. All right, so, hey, what can I say? We're always growing that network, all right, but we're very discriminating about who we put on there because we want to make sure that these folks agree to our repair criteria, all right? Ha, ha, ha. We don't have a repair criteria. No. We want to make sure that they agree to the integrity values, okay, that we ascribe to, all right? And they're on the webpage. You can read those, all right? But most importantly, folks, they're there. Why? Because they're going to look out for you, all right? They have no contracts, no formal associations with the insurance industry, all right? These are privately owned and operated guys. These are guys that are, cut their cloth a long time ago, and they want to maintain that, whether it's a family business or a newly acquired owner. They want to maintain their independence, all right? And it's through that independence, we feel, it's our humble opinion here at Collision Service Network, that results in the best outcome for the consumer, all right? So you go to collisionservicenetwork.com and, get informed and, just wait, have the information you need and you'll know where to go, all right? So here we go. Thriftway Auto Body, Lindenhurst. Thriftway, small, consummate, family-owned shop. Great people over there. Steve and his crew going to take real good care of you over there. Steve, thank you very much for being a member of Collision Service Network. That's Thriftway Auto Body in Lindenhurst. We have V&J. What can I say? V&J is an amazing sponsor of the radio show. They're sponsoring us for the next year. Thank you very much to Chandler and James Warone. I myself work there as one of the estimators, all right? And we are a 21st century dynamic, very large production shop. All right, enough said about that. I've spoken about them. V&J Auto Body in Lindenhurst. Amityville Auto Body. Nick and his crew over there, Amityville Auto Body, County Line Road. Please, if you're in that area and you need a body shop, bar none, you're going to Amityville Auto Body, right, on County Line Road, and you're going to go in, you're going to talk to Nick. Nick's a great guy. I know Nick professionally for many, many years. Real consummate family guy. He's going to treat you like family the minute you walk through the door, all right? And he's a cool cucumber under pressure. He knows how to negotiate, all right? Knows how to handle the insurance guys professionally, of course. All right, to make sure that he gets the agreed price he needs to fix your car the way it needs to be fixed, all right, the right way, all right? And, of course, he's going to look out for your interest, all right? Big number one thing here, folks, I want you to focus on is all of our client businesses on our network, they're all focused on you, the customer. Now, I know that's become a cliche. It's become anecdotal, right? Oh, the customer. But all kidding aside, There is a lot that goes into that cliche. All right, I don't believe that most people actually think that through. I think it's just become more of a marketing thing, cliche, and it's anecdotal. But our client businesses really, really believe in that. All right, they are true customer warriors. All right, and certainly within the scope of the auto body industry is very important. Okay, the insurance companies, listen, they're a business. All right, like any business, they're looking to cut operating expense, cut costs, all right, and drive up profits. All right, and hey, hats off to them. But you don't want to be stuck with a shop that doesn't understand that. All right, it may not be doing the best possible job he could for you. All right, so go to collisionservicenetwork.com and find one of our amazing partners, Lee's Auto Body. Gary, if you're in East Islip, please. All right, Gary's been around forever. Another quintessential example of a family-owned shop. All right, Gary's very involved in the community. I give those guys a call over there. Gary at Lee's Auto Body in East Islip. Sal's Auto Body, all right, up in St. James there. Sal's Auto Body, very, very professional shop, very modern shop, 21st century shop. All right, they handle heavy duty stuff. All right, Mercedes, everything like that. They have a tremendous amount of OE certifications. I've spoken about that at length. Sal's Auto Body in St. James. You're in that neck of the woods. Please, folks, give them a call. They're going to do the right thing for you. And we have Cavalier Auto Body. What can I say about Cavalier? Harry, thank you very much. Harry and the crew up there. Love you guys. Harry was one of our first onboard network partners. And Harry's been very supportive of Collision Service Network from the beginning. Thank you very much, Harry. If you're up in Huntington Station, Huntington area, you're going to call Cavalier Auto Body. All right. Cavalier is another 21st century oriented shop, big production shop. They've got OE certifications across the board. They're definitely going to look out for your interests and not the interests of the insurance companies. Perfect Bodies right over here in Bohemia. Perfect Bodies. All right. You're going to want to go there. Definitely if you have an RV. Spoke about this, I think, last week. All right, and Joe and his crew, they're going to be able to help you out big time if you have an RV, right? Niche business, not a lot of people fixing those things, folks, today. All right, and the guys that are, some of them might not exactly know what they're really supposed to be doing with them. You want to make sure you're with a pro. You're going to go to Perfect Bodies, and you're going to ask for Joe and his guys, and they're going to do the right thing for you on an RV. They're also going to do the right thing for you with your personal auto and your truck. All right, and of course, we have High-End Collision East Islip. Brian and the crew over there. Brian, thank you very much for all your support. All right, and for becoming a partner on Collision Service Network. Brian, East Islip, and High-End Collision, all right, in East Islip there. Hey, folks, this is an example of a body shop, all right, family-owned shop, all right, that has their eye on the future. They continue to grow, they continue to expand, and that means good things for you, the consumer. All right, they can offer you the amount of repair, the good repairs that you need. But most importantly, what is he doing? He knows how to negotiate, and he knows how to represent your interests. All right, High-End Collision, Brian, his crew over in East Islip. And, of course, Extreme Auto Body. Jerry, what's going on, Jerry? Extreme Auto Body, Merrick Road in Massapequa. And we will be right back after the break, folks. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the final segment, Crash Course Radio. Time flies here. We're having so much fun. We are frustrating the heck out of the insurance guys with one arm tied behind my back. It's amazing. I don't know where the talent comes from. It must be on loan from God, but I'm gracious enough to accept that. And what can I say, right? Always trying to have fun and trying to inform everybody at the same time. Hey, I just want to continue with the rundown on our amazing network partners. All right, I want to leave out Paul and his crew. All right, I've spoken about these guys quite a bit in the last month or so. These guys are located in Great Neck. All right, it's Northern Boulevard Collision on Great Neck Road, Northern Boulevard Collision. All right, so give Paul and his crew a call over there if you're in that neck of the woods and you need collision, auto body work. These guys are pros, folks. Listen, everybody at all of these shops are pros, all right? Their front end help, their office help, all right? And of course, their technicians, all highly trained. And more importantly, the front end. All right, what do I mean by that? The point of the spear. All right, the people that are going to deal with the insurance company, your insurance company. All right, a lot of them have people in there like myself who have worked in the industry for many years. All right, and that's great because guess what? They know about it. They know what's going on. They know what to expect. They know how to react to it when they're hit with different different things. All right, what do I mean by different things? It sounds stupid, right? Different things. What are they going to hit you with, a bat or a stick? No, but insurance companies are always looking for loopholes, all right? So even myself, even though I was in that industry almost 30 years, I'm still amazed that they just, they never cease to stop looking for loopholes and ways to not pay for stuff, all right? And you need to know how to deal with that. You need to know how to react to that. If you don't and you get caught off guard, they're going to win. And when they win, that means you lose. And what I mean by you lose, well, your body shop's going to lose. And when your body shop loses, guess what? That could potentially become a headache for you, all right? So no headaches. Go to collisionservicenetwork.com, all right? Over there in Great Neck, you're going to give Northern Boulevard Collision a call, all right? Paul and his crew are going to help you out. Hey, been injured? All right? God forbid, all right? We don't want anybody to be injured, but it does happen. If you are, Bergoli and Associates, all right? Up in Melville, right off the LIE there, Bergoli and Associates, all right? What can I say? Amazing operation. Mike Saucy, all right? Thank you very much for all your support. All right, Bergoli, all right, another great bunch of guys up there. Really appreciate it. All right, they were at the tip of the spear when we were jumping off. Appreciate it, guys. Give them a call, folks, if you're in need of that kind of help, all right? If you've been injured or maybe, you don't know what to do, you're considering it, you don't know if you should, hey, reach out to them. As well as Kaplan Lawyers. You're in Nassau County, we got you covered. Kaplan Lawyers, right? They are located in Syosset. They also have offices in Manhattan. All right, give those guys a call. Also, Kaplan Lawyers in society. It's hysterical, right? Kaplan Lawyers in Syosset. All right, you can ask for Richie. All right, Rich and his crew over there, great bunch of guys. Been doing this for a long, long time, and they got the connections, all right, and they know how to handle the insurance guys, all right? So if you're injured, all right, even if you don't think it's much, folks, listen, something that seems minor and trivial right now, okay, especially if you're older, okay, could be something, more serious down the road. So, give them a call, all right? It's free to talk, all right? And those guys are going to help you out, all right? And I do want to mention also, Value Adjust. Folks, I can't stress it enough. Your car get in an accident, the insurance company says, hey, guess what? We're not giving your car back. We're going to total it. It means we're not going to fix it. I've spoken about this, right? This is not a path that you want to go down by yourself if you've never been involved in that. Trust me, all right, especially today. All right. Recently, State Farm just got caught. Okay, just got caught. This is a fact. You can look this up. You can Google it. State Farm just got caught, and they were, I believe they were involved in a class action suit. I believe they were manipulating the values or something. I know you can look it up. Geico's had their problems with that. Geico got involved with that. I think all states had their problems with that. They've all had problems when it comes to these total losses in the valuation process. Some of it is an inherently part of the system itself. All right, and part of the processes that these companies utilize, all right, and then part of it is just, just because they just choose to do certain things that don't result in a great outcome for you. All right, if that's the case, you want to make sure that you are receiving, all right, a fair and reasonable settlement for your car. You want to reach out to Greg and Value Adjust. All right, Greg's been at this for a number of years now. Amazing feedback. All right, Greg will take a look at your situation free of charge. All right, he'll evaluate everything, and he'll let you know straight up whether or not, hey, your insurance company's being fair. You're getting a good offer, or maybe not. Right, but if it's maybe not, then perhaps you want to make sure that Greg's on your side. All right, so Value Adjust, valueadjust.com. Go there, get familiar with those guys. He does great work. All right, and of course, DKM Risk, Lisa and her crew up there in Hauppauge. What can I say? Great agency. If you're in the contractor business, all right, and that type of thing there, guys, I don't have to tell you, it's always rough, right? It's always a roll of the dice to try and find coverage, good coverage, and of course, affordable coverage, right? And of course, P&C, property and casualty, all right? So give Lisa and her crew a call, please, if you need that kind of stuff, all right? If you're looking for insurance, remember what I said, shop your insurance twice a year. Can't stress that enough. Make sure you're paying for what you need and that you have what you need. All right, DKM Risk up in Hauppauge. Hey, let's have a little fun here with the rest of the segment. So I reached into the old stack of stuff here. All right. What do we got? Gas-powered vehicle sales continue to slide according to an auto sales report released by Ford. Okay. I fell off the chair myself when I read this, of all companies. The report, which detailed its November sales, said electric vehicle sales were up over 100% year over year for the fifth straight month, indicating that the auto industry is progressing slowly and steadily toward zero-emission goals. Sales of Ford electric vehicles doubled the rate of the market in November, keeping the automaker number two. All right? Behind, guess who? Of course, Tesla. That shocked me. I don't know about anybody else. 631-451-1039 if you want to weigh in on that. If you drive a Ford, you like Ford, I don't know. Ford just announced a few months ago that they weren't going to give up making ICE cars, right? ICE is the new acronym. Everything's an acronym or abbreviation today. Internal combustible engine. All right, so I don't really know where Ford's going with that, but that was very enlightening for me. Ford, of all companies, appears to be on the tail of Tesla in the EV market. All right, and this is I thought this was hysterical here. Remember, I read the things you don't want to read, find the things that you don't want to look for. So Dutch automaker Lightyear, even know who they were, will begin production on a solar-powered car. All right, check this out. I saw it. It's a sedan. Around 150 people have pre-ordered the vehicle at a cost of $259,000 each. I know I won't be ordering one, but hey, if you like that, they're taking orders, if that's in your price range. The model is called the Lightyear Zero, and about 1,000 will be produced. This is hysterical. Reports are the car can drive for a while without charging, but regionality and weather are important factors. I bet. I mean, if you're probably not going to find many of these getting driven around up in Alaska or the Arctic, right? I mean, if it's snowing, raining, or in the Arctic Circle, it's dark for 6 months. The car can make it 2 months. Get this. It can make it 2 months in Amsterdam during the summer. 2 months, folks. You drive this thing around. You don't have to plug it in. You don't have to stop. It just keeps driving. It derives its power directly from the sun. That length is 7 months in Portugal. Okay, apparently they have a prototype and they've already done this. Less sun means more of reliance on a standard battery charging source. No kidding. They had to put that in there. I don't know. How does everybody feel about that? A solar car? Is that something you see yourself driving a couple of years from now? I don't. But, we all got to deal with this because it's coming. Apparently there was no stopping this. I think it's cool. I think it's a novel thing, but at $260,000, I think they got a long way to go before probably you and I and a great many other folks are going to be able to even entertain the notion about driving one of those babies, right? But pretty interesting stuff. I don't know. What can I tell you, right? Listen, is it good? Yeah, it's good, right? I mean, I don't know. The geologists, I saw a report a number of years ago where they said worldwide there's probably like about 125 years worth of fossil fuel left in the world, or maybe in America. And I said, that's cool because I'll be long gone once that dries up. All right, so I won't have to worry about solar cars or battery cars or anything like that. All right, there'll be plenty of gas and oil and everything else around before I die. Hey, folks, had a lot of fun today. I hope you got a little out of this, all right? Apologize if it was a little fragmented and scattered, but we were a little literally operating in the dark here in the studio. All right, we had a little bit of a energy situation. All right, we will be back at it next Tuesday. I'm desperately trying to bring on a really cool guest. All right, everybody enjoy your week. All right, and we will see you again next Tuesday.